Nigerians, they expect federal government to further relax COVID-19 lockdown today. Kidnappers on free the Chiamo Christian Association of Nigeria CAN Nasarawa State chapter. And the country don't record 307 new patients as COVID-19 cases don't hit 10,162. And Edo State Governor don't swear say they must catch people who killed 22-year-old Unibank student Vera Uwaila. My country people, good afternoon and happy new month. My name is Nna Douglas and this now as it take happen. And for the first story, Presidential Task Force on top COVID-19 talks say Nigeria don't they win the war against the pandemic. The PTF and Secretary to the government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, now this one when they talk with Tory people inside Presidential Village on Sunday after they been meet with President Muhammadu Buhari. The SGF way talks say PTF come submit report number 4 to Oga Presido. Talk say when they compare them, Nigeria case with other cases for the world, say Nigeria don't really make progress for the matter. But Nigeria never still reach where they're supposed to reach for fight against COVID-19.
What we did was to submit our 4th interim report to him and to apprise him of the progress that has been achieved in the course of the last 2 weeks of the extension of the eased phase 1 of the lockdown, and also discussed some of the challenges that we've had out there and suggested what we need to put in place going forward. As a matter of fact, you just suppose the rate of cases with our fatality rates, which is basically about 3%. Other countries and other climes is over 10%. But the most important thing that you realize, when we started this exercise, we had only 5 testing stations. Now we've ramped it up to 28. Without correspondently comes an increase in the number of tests. We've gone beyond 60,000 now. So that reflects in the number of confirmed cases. We've not reached the peak yet. And I wouldn't want to fool Nigerians by telling them that we are out of the woods. No, we are not out of the woods.
Oga Boss Mustafa wey say President Buhari happy well as sake of what PTF don't achieve so far. Also yarn how the part 2 of ease of lockdown go be like.
Extension of 2 weeks for the second phase. I mean for the first phase. The next phase should be the second phase. And along with that, we came in with a lot of recommendations, which we expect Mr. President to consider. But I can assure you about one thing, that the ownership of the next phase will be the responsibility of the states under national supervision and coordination, because we have gone into community transmission. And where are the communities? The communities are in the states. So the ownership of the next phase will be that of the states, the local government, the traditional institutions, the religious leaders at the different levels of our communities, because that is where the problem is. Like we've kept saying, 20 local governments out of 774 account for 60% of confirmed cases in Nigeria today. So where are these 20 local governments? They are in communities.
Among not forget say Nigerians on the ginger, they wait for President Buhari declaration on top the next plan today. And if it broadcast them or last, if it issue statements. And still on COVID-19 cases inside Nigeria don't pass the 10,000 mark on Sunday with 307 new cases we then discover inside the country. This increase don't continue despite all the ginger way authorities they do to reduce the number. The new cases will be said at Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, announced don't make the number of infections inside the country to reach 10,162. And out of the number, they don't discharge 3,007, and 287 don't lose their lives. Report from NCDC shows say the cases spread across 14 states, plus including FCT, and Lagos now be the highest number of new infections for the day with 188 cases. Abuja carries second with 44 new cases. Others now, Ogun 19, Kaduna 14, Oyo 12, Bayelsa 9, Gombe 5, Kano 3, Delta 3, Imo 2, Rivers 2, Niger 2, Bauchi 2, Plateau 1, and Kwara 1. And now to Jigawa State. Nigeria Medical Association, NMA, for Jigawa State on Sunday confirmed say one of their members, Nasir Adam, don kaput and a coronavirus kill him. Adam will be 36 years old. He died for Federal Medical Center inside Birnin Kudu after he been battled with acute respiratory disease, where they later discovered say na the virus cause am. NMA Chiamo inside Jigawa State, Nura Basirka, now confirmed this one to Channels Television. According by Basirka, until Ekpai, Mr. Adam, na medical officer for Department of Internal Medicine, Federal Medical Center, Birnin Kudu, Jigawa State. Then born Adam for Jos inside Plateau State Capital for 1984. He attended primary and secondary school inside Jos. He been graduate from Ahmadu Bello University, ABU Zaria for 2012. And for inside Federal Medical Center, Birnin Kudu, now he doing housemanship. Jigawa State on Saturday been discharged 22 COVID-19 patients after they don't recover and test negative 2 times on top coronavirus. Commissioner of Health, Dr. Abba Zakari, will confirm this one to Tori people for Dutse, the state capital, talk say they don't discharge patients who don't recover from isolation center. And from there, make we enter River State on top health matter. They don't tell nurses inside River State, say, may they no work, but may they remain for their duty post if they no get personal protective equipment, PPE, to work with. State Chairman, National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, Bridget Mosu, where she dey yarn on top plenty challenge where nurses they face for this COVID-19 pandemic period. Mrs. Mosu tell Wazobia Max TV correspondent, Martha Okere, talk say, na standard procedure make nurses no work if they no get protective equipment because the virus they affect them too. Mrs. Mosu talk say many nurses inside the state now they for isolation because most patients when they come hospital, they hide their medical history. And from Rivers, make we enter Abia State. Sake of the result of tests we then do for the body of one close family members of late member of Abia State Executive Council and member of Interministerial Committee on top COVID-19, Abia State Governor Dr. Okeze Kazu don't direct everybody will come in contact with the late Commissioner Solomon Ogunji, say make them sharply undergo COVID-19 tests and isolate themselves sharply. According to the State Commissioner for Informate, Chief John Kalu, Ikpazu will still dey mourn, go isolate himself plus in deputy and other ESCO members. The State Commissioner for Informate, Chief John Okiyi Kalu, will announce the death for one statement on Sunday, talk say Ogunji died on Saturday after short illness, that is sickness, will relate to high blood pressure inside Abia State University Teaching Hospital for Aba. And the good news when they come all the way from Nasarawa State, talk say the chairman of the Nasarawa State chapter of Christian Association of Nigeria, Bishop Joseph Messin, where they kidnapped, don't regain in freedom. Nasarawa Commissioner of Police, Bola Longe, will confirm this one on Sunday, explain say the kidnappers release them on Saturday night after enough pressure by security joint body. Longe adds say sake of one cardiac intelligence informate we then get, security officers arrest 4 persons who get hand with the kidnapping. According by him, the bishop later go back to his family inside Lafia, the state capital, around 1:48 early morning on Sunday. No forget say them been kidnapped in Nasarawa Khan Chamu last week. And from this one, make we enter inside Edo State where the Torino suite for Bele Atoll. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki don't order say, made them touchlight the killing of one 22-year-old girl, Vera Uwaila Omozuwa, will be 100-level student for Department of Microbiology, University of Benin, Uniben. According by report, people where they never still know their face been find their way enter church where Uwaila they read, can't see her finish where they call rape. And the badness happened for Ikpoba Hill area for Benin City, will be the Edo State capital. They say the men hit her with fire extinguisher for head. After they rape her, and so they come vamoose, believing say she don't kaput. Good people later rush the innocent girl go University of Benin Teaching Hospital, where doctors confirm say she don't die. Governor Obaseki, for tweet handle, swear say he go make sure say them bad people will do this kind of wickedness, arrow, and they go must surely face the rotten part of the law. No be small thing, as the news of Owa's death been caused plenty commotion and vexation on top social media, and with many people where they demand say make justice happen for the matter, as they use the hashtag justice for Owa. And for the next one wey concern criminal matter, FCT Police Command don gbab one oga of armed robbers wey get hand for the killing of one woman wey get belle for robbery operation inside the Mangaza area of Apo for robbery wey been happen for January 26, 2020. FCT Police Commissioner Balachi Roma been line up the suspect with 60 other suspected criminals for command headquarters inside Abuja. Oga Chiroma talk say them gbab the suspect sake of different criminal badness wey dem commit sake of intelligence gathering wey officers for the command receive. and he said they will arrange all of them for court after they torchlight their matter.
Residents to be security conscious. Parents are also advised to give special attention to the safety and security of their children. On behalf of the FCT Command, I want to acknowledge the support of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Muhammad Abubakar Adamu, MPM, MNI, and the Honorable Minister of the FCT, Malam Muhammad Musa Bello, have been extending to this command. I also want to acknowledge the pivotal role of the media in reporting the policing activities of the command. To my officers and men, your effort is appreciated. We also need to build on our numerous successes.
The armed robber suspect will be saying name na Aloy, aka Mopol, young with our Tory person, Solomon Ndahi.
Why are they here? Come again.
Move this and talk loudly. Raise up your head.
The reason why I'm here because of all
Okay. So what happen? Where you wanna go? And what happen for them? And as I rob there, what happen?
one of our members.
Okay. Now the question I want to actually say, how long you don't do this thing? Since when you don't do this gang, go and they do this waka?
And the Tory as the hot Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, talks that the country never witnessed development within short period of time as in witnessed for the last 5 years where President Muhammadu Buhari sit down for chair. Alhaji Lai Mohammed now yarned this one on Friday for one press briefing to mark the end of first year of President Buhari's second tenure for office. Oga Mohammed beat hand for chest when he talks say improvement happen for electricity, will be power. He say food production improve, revenue increase, and then do many infrastructural development, then create job and many other things where no fit talk finish. He further add say the administration don't achieve weller for 3 cardinal areas will be to tackle corruption, fight security and security problem and sustain economy. He can dey beg Nigerians say even though they dey for different political parties, religion or tribe, make them continue to support President Muhammadu Buhari so that he go succeed. And for the next story, we no sweet belly at all, President Muhammadu Buhari don't carry sorry message go give the family, friends and professional work people of Before Group Managing Director for Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Dr. Mekanti Kachala Baru. President Buhari for the message will be say, na special advice on top media and publicity, Femi Adesina issue, also do a year when they call sympathy with government and people of Bauchi State, management and staff of NNPC, sake of the caputing of the Before GMD, we've been worked very, very hard to rearrange every department inside NNPC. We lift the corporation to get the same level with other oil joint body for Obodo world. President Buhari even add say Dr. Baru contribution to make sure say oil sector inside Nigeria stabilize with more guarantee on top supply and price regime where them fit predict. We no favor marketers we get wuru-wuru, especially for celebration period. On top in death, President Buhari pray make Almighty God receive his soul and give him everlasting rest. And even comfort those who they cry, say him don't delete. Make we enter Rivers State. Rivers State Police Command talk say no be true that them say where they waka kurukere for town, say government where people never still identify, don't go dig out from ground the dead body of late Chiamo of Asari Toru local government area or Daria, Prince Will. They say nothing like that. Talk person for the command, Nnamdi Omoni, will carry journalists go Port Harcourt Cemetery to actually check if the Tory are true. Tell Nigerians, say, make them forget about that fake news. Sake of say, if they come out from the mouth of enemies we no like the state. Shortly after them go check where them bury the former Chiamo, police talk person, he talk say people where they manage the cemetery talk say nobody dig out any dead body inside the grave. The police talk person for Rivers State add say to make sure say the rumor no later be true, they don't beef up both inside and outside Port Harcourt Cemetery. But as it be, Seke for Port Harcourt Cemetery Tononye John, wey deny the report, even beg police say make dem give them more security so that dem go fit to do their work without any kind disturbance. Una go fit remember say news wey bin dey fly like aeroplane bin talk say a day later after dem bury late Asalga Chiamo or Diare Prince Will under this COVID-19 period for Port Harcourt Cemetery, they say some people go dig the dead body comot from grave. They say nothing like that. And now make we come back to our home where we FCT. FCT Ministerial Tax Team on top enforcement of COVID-19 restriction on Friday don gbab 74 people where they travel through Abuja City to other parts of the country. Magistrate for mobile court inside Zuba, Ebiwari Damini, will find them guilty on top the matter, punish both the drivers and passengers. He also punished one driver where he been done also sentenced before, sake of say he been disobeyed the interstate travel ban. As usual, the magistrate ordered say make tax force seize their motor until after COVID-19 pandemic finish. Chairman for the tax team, Ikarata, talk say in men been done arrest one bus driver, James Adegbe, when he been done they travel from Kaduna to Kogi State. He said them be arrest him, arrange him for court, fine him, and send them back to Kaduna State. He said then turn him back that same night, but he still finding Appian way, enter Kogi State. Say as he take talk him. On Friday, he was arrested, traveling with a bus load of passengers from Lokoja to Kaduna. The magistrate fined him 10,000 naira, which is double of his previous fine. Inside people with an arrest, now 17 passengers who been they travel inside one trailer from Warri Delta State to Zaria inside Kaduna State. Also, they grabbed 9 passengers inside one Hyundai bus who been they move from Gwagwalada, they go Katsina State, and one trailer who been they journey from Aba to Kano State with 6 passengers, plus including one Hummer bus with 18 passengers where they travel from Warri to Zaria, and another Hummer bus with 10 passengers from Gwagwalada to Ibadan. My country people, una dey kajad. Remember say, na as it take happen, business and sports, na the next. We'll come back. And for business news, Communications and Digital Economy Minister Dr. Isa Ibrahim Pantami don dey smile sake of how growth of ICT don contribute to Nigeria's gross domestic product, GDP, inside the first quarter of this year. In dey react to GDP figure wey National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, been released. NBS published am for 25th of May 2020. The report observes say the country GDP climbed by 1.87% year-on-year on top real terms inside first quarter of 2020. ICT sector contributes 90.50% to Nigeria GDP inside quarter 1 for 2020 as against the 9.50% where the total real GDP where the sector contributes. It will also interest you to sabi say ICT sector contributes 14.07% to the total real GDP inside first quarter for 2020, and it is higher than their contribution for previous year, 13.32%, and the previous quarter will be say it accounts for 13.12%. The minister talks say this contribution too makes sense. Oga Minister say this achievement will concern growing contribution of ICT sector to GDP now because the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, they're very serious to make things happen. He said the strategic policy direction of federal government, now the one way don't include digital economy inside the target of the ministry, the launching and working of national digital economy policy and strategy, plus including the national broadband plan, etc. He adds say COVID-19 pandemic will really show say how ICT is important to the growth of Nigeria's digital economy and general economy inside the country. Dr. Isa Pantami called on every sector say may them take advantage of federal government new focus will concern digital economy to help improve their process with the use of ICT. This one, according by him, will help improve every sector of economy and boost GDP inside Nigeria. It remains sports news. No go anywhere. And for sports, Anthony Joshua talks say he no get interest to fight Mike Tyson if the former heavyweight champion no return to boxing because he believes say people no go want make Tyson win. Tyson will be 53 years for age. They plan to return to fight after he don't work hard for training. Where we say he don't get shape where they make people fear say he they come back with swag and he don't release some pictures where him been they do training. Iron Mike, now another boxer where they train, and he been just appear for AEW, where he fight with wrestling legend Chris Jericho. Whether the before youngest world heavyweight champion for history will come back to fight, people still they doubt the matter. But if he decide to come back, then believe say he no go fight against Anthony Joshua. The current WBA, WBO, IBF, and IBO heavyweight champion no fit see the upside to fight Tyson, but supporters no want make he beat Iron Mike. My country people, now the story be that, but before we go, make we remind on our top story again. Nigerians, they expect federal government to further relax COVID-19 lockdown from today. And kidnappers don't free the Chiamo Christian Association of Nigeria CAN Nasarawa chapter. And Nigeria don't record 307 new patients as COVID-19 cases don't climb 10,162. And Edo State Governor don't swear say they must catch people who killed 22-year-old Uniben student Vera Uwaila. My country people, now as it take happen be that on top the level, we will come back again. I beg make you no go anywhere. My name is Nna Douglas.